We are back with a brand new video. In today's video, we're going to be recapping game 2 of the Heat Sixers series. Another big win for Miami. We're going to be talking about it, so make sure y'all drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Also, hit the second channel if you guys have not already. Link will be in the pinned comment. As always, let's get right into it, man. Another great win for the Miami Heat. We really needed that win. We definitely needed that win, to protect home court. I know Embiid did not play this game. Lowry did not play this game. So it was basically the same personnel who played game 1. And the Heat really took care of business, man. I thought they did a great job. They were basically in control throughout the whole game. They had a lead throughout every quarter. I know the Sixers made some runs to cut it close. We're going to be talking about, some of the players as well. But I thought overall this was a much needed and very important win for the team, because now we know that we've won 2 on our home floor. We can go into Philly feeling good. Can't get too comfortable though. They might get Joel back in game 3. I don't know what the situation with his injury is. All they said is that he was out indefinitely. I don't know if he's going to play game 3 or not. I'm sure we'll get some more information on that as the series progresses, but I'm just so happy that we won this game because it would have sucked if we dropped a game without Embiid, especially at home. But offensively, I thought the Heat were really good. They were a lot better at attacking the Sixers zone and the Sixers game plans. Even with that small lineup out, they were able to take advantage wherever they needed to. I thought that Jimmy had a quiet first half, but in the second half really put his imprint on the game. And I really thought that in the first half he made some big plays that don't really go noticed in the stat sheet. I know he didn't score the ball much, but he had some big offensive rebounds. He had 12 assists this game. He was doing a little bit of everything, which is normally what he does throughout the whole game. I thought Bam was massive as well. I would have liked for him to take more shots, but I thought when he needed to, he pick and chose his moments to be aggressive, and he got to the foul line. He drew some fouls. He attacked the rim. All his points have been from the paint area and from the free throw line. So he senses that without Embiid out, this is a very big opportunity. It was good that Spoelstra realized that with DeAndre Jordan in the game, it's kind of just about attacking him in a pick and roll situation all the time, because he cannot contain the drop, or he cannot contain the roll by the big, which is most likely Bam whenever he's in the game. So Spo did a great job spamming that Hero and Bam pick and roll whenever those two were in the game, and whenever they were up against a guy like DeAndre Jordan or even like a Paul Reed, who's a better defender. But that pick and roll was just insane. They had a couple of lobs. Tyler had a 3 where the defender dropped. Bam had an and 1. So like the team knows how to attack the Sixers team. Defensively, they're missing a huge piece, and I thought the Heat did a great job at attacking them where they needed to. I thought also Victor Oladipo and Tyler Hero off the bench were absolutely huge. We are absolutely killing them in the bench scoring category throughout these first 2 games. Victor had 19, Tyler had 18. It's a steal that we got Victor for a minimum contract. This guy is a former All-Star, and he is, I think, the X factor for this team, because if he gives a game where he's scoring 19, we're probably going to win that game, especially because you have to factor in that Hero is probably going to have a really good game as well. So I thought both of them off the bench were excellent. PJ Tucker didn't really have that same game he had in game 1, but he hit a couple of big corner threes. Strus hit some timely threes. Vincent hit some mid-range jump shots. I thought Dedmon, I was pretty critical when Dedmon got in the game. I don't think he should be playing that many minutes this series. He only played 11 minutes, but he had a couple of big momentum swinging plays with his theatrics as always, man. That fast break 3, that had me crying, because I was like, there's no way this guy had the audacity to take that shot. That was the one that he airballed, and it went straight to Rick Ross. But he always brings the energy. Shout out to Dedmon. For the Sixers side, I thought we did a terrific job on James Harden. We kind of bottled him up. You even heard Spo say it in the when he was mic'd up. He was talking about building that wall and stuff. He saw so many defenders. He got so many looks, man. It was like you don't know who's gonna do what to James Harden, because it's like on one possession it could be Jimmy, and one possession it could be Bam, it could be even Strus, who had a couple of big moments defensively guarding him. So I thought we did a terrific job on him. Forced a couple of shot clock violations. He doesn't have that burst anymore. A lot of people are begging for James Harden to return to this Houston form. He just doesn't have it anymore. I don't think he has that burst. I don't think he has the, explosiveness anymore that he used to. His bag is now just trying to dribble between his legs and either step back for a three, or on the rare occasion that a defender bites on a fake, he drives to the rim and draws a foul. If you can kind of get him outside of the paint, you're basically doing your job against him, because outside of the paint he's kind of been not that great. Even in the mid-range area, he missed all his mid-range jumpers today. We did a terrific job on him. I thought Harris was okay. He didn't have the game he had in game one. He had some timely shots for them. He kept them in the game at times, but he was not as efficient. But Maxey was huge, man. Shout out to Maxey. I love Tyrese Maxey. I've been a huge fan of his, and obviously I don't want him to go off against us every game, but it's cool to see a guy that I really liked out of college blossoming into a star player. He really kept them in this game. He's gonna be a problem. He's gonna be a problem right now and in the future. And Spoelstra's gonna have to figure out what you're gonna have to do with Tyrese Maxey, because are you gonna let him score 34? Because if you're gonna give all the attention to Harden, Maxey's gonna have his moments, and then you got to factor that Joel is gonna be back as well. So the thing about Maxey that makes him such a matchup nightmare for the Heat is his quickness, and the fact that he's so fast. He can basically beat any of our defenders off the dribble if he needs to. Bam had his moments on him, but as far as Jimmy and PJ, like, those guys are really good defenders, but they're more physical defenders than agile defenders. So I think the best bet for Maxey is a guy like Caleb Martin, who's, I think, probably the most, as far as agility, probably the most agile defender we have. But I don't know how many minutes he's going to play. He only played 12 tonight. So he's going to be a problem. The Spoelstra's going to have to figure out what he does to Maxey in the series. Is he going to see a lot of looks? Maxey didn't have the greatest shooting night in game one, but he still had 19. But tonight he was exploding. And a lot of that was on the fast break. He leads the playoffs in fast break points per game. And that was caused by the Heat's 14 turnovers. So we're going to have to do a better job taking care of the ball. You cannot have 14 turnovers again, especially with Maxey on their team, because he's going to be a terror in the fast break in the open court. I thought rebounding, we did a great job again. We definitely knocked down our threes, which was the difference. We didn't shoot well from the three-point line in game one. And they continued to shoot, terribly. I know they had some open shots, but, we'll live with those. Like I said in the recap of game one, I'm living with Niang shooting threes. He's shooting 40% on the regular season, but I don't really trust him as a guy who can beat us in a game consistently. So I'm trusting Niang. I'm sorry. I'm not trusting Niang. I'm fine with him taking as many threes as he wants to. He was a liability for them, and honestly, him being out there for those 10 minutes really hurt them, because it was kind of like the Heat were just playing off of him and Thibault, and whenever both of them were on the court together, it was like the Heat were just throwing 5 defenders at Maxey, Harden, and Maxey and Harden every time they touched the ball, because they were helping off of everyone. So yeah, him in the game and Thibault in the game really helped the Heat. Thibault had his defensive moments, but I just think that he's just too much of an offensive liability for him to get that many minutes, in my opinion. I don't know what Doc's gonna do, but I really think that when Matisse is out there, you gotta attack him. And by attack him, I don't mean offensively. I mean when he is on offense, you gotta make sure that you give him space, play off of him, help off of him if you need to. Take advantage of that, because he's not a shooter. He's not really a scorer. If he gets a basket, it's probably going to be on the fast break. Like if you are into betting and prize picks and all that, and if it says over or under for Matisse Thybulle's 4 points or 3 points, I would honestly consider taking the under on that, because he had 0 tonight, 2 in game 1. I don't know how many he's going to have in games 3 and 4. He's not like a scorer. So yeah, whenever he was on the floor, the Heat really took advantage, which I really liked, because I talked about that in the preview. You have to take advantage of a guy like that, because that he's an asset for them defensively. So you have to make them pay in a way, and you have to make them take him off the floor. And once he's off the floor, I guess it stops well, it helps the Sixers because you're not playing off of him, but it also helps the Heat because they don't have that defender anymore to put on your best scorer, because apart from Thibault, they don't really have any defensive stopper like that, especially on the wing. I know Joel is there for his paint presence, but Thibault is really their only wing defender. So the Heat did a good job, just like know your personnel. I got a little bit frustrated because the Heat were just like not taking care of the ball at times, getting too comfortable with the lead, which they have done throughout the whole season. And I don't know if that's, that might come back to bite us against better teams. But yeah, I think the Heat did a really good job taking care of business. I probably wouldn't expect to see Lowry in Game 3, but I might be wrong. I'm not a doctor. I don't know what's going on there. But I don't think they're going to bring him. My prediction is that they're not going to bring him back until they lose a game. So right now we're undefeated without him in the lineup. So I think they're going to try to get him to 100%. And that's good for him because the more rest he has, the better. If you need to play him, you can. But I don't want to rush anything and aggravate something that doesn't need to be aggravated. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the video, man. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section below. Leave a like, subscribe, and check out the second channel. Peace.